Awesome. It is a good thing I record using this microphone for my audio, because if you guys could hear what I hear, this video would get age restricted with the swiftness. That's just the glory of living in an apartment complex, yeah? Oh, my camera angle has Miku cut out. Angle adjusted for Hatsune Miku. She's worth it. Anyways, speaking of Hatsune Miku, that's actually the topic of today's video. Not Miku in particular, but this figure of her. Alright, so we're gonna be talking about pop-up parade figures from Good Smile Company. I have 3 pop-up parade figures and 3 more that have been pre-ordered. Oh, I just punched my microphone. Anyways, where was I going with this topic? Oh, right. Pop-up parade figures. I have Edward Elric, Alphonse Elric, and Hatsune Miku over there in the corner. Hatsune Miku was, there we go. Hatsune Miku was my first one. My god. I actually was able to pick this one up in stores at an FYE before it closed. But because of that, I did pay a premium for it. When this pop-up parade was out, it originally ran for $39, which is the standard price for a pop-up parade the standard price at the time I got them. It was the standard price for a pop-up parade figure. They have mentioned a price increase on Twitter, but one of my pre-orders is actually like $36. So I don't know. It varies from figure to figure, but it comes between like $35 and $45 in that price range. At least if you get them from the website, pre-order them from there. But you can actually get them for a similar price from various other places, like the Crunchyroll store. That's actually where I got these two, which is funny because when I first got Ed, I'm hanging out of frame. When I first got Ed, he was actually like $39, but Al was only $35, which sure. Anyways, but you can possibly get them for sale. There are coupons available, but this when you pay a lower price, you often wonder if you're getting a lower quality. You may notice that most of my scale figures, my figures that are not like either my Nendoroids or Funko Pops, they are all of the pop-up parade line. That's actually going to be changing next week. I have an Artifacts figure coming in. I'm so excited. Unboxing next week. Anyways, where was I going? I get so distracted so easily. Anyways, quality. I was talking about quality. All right, so the fact that I had these 3 and then went to pre-order 3 more definitely speaks volumes for the quality. I feel that they are excellent. Funny story about my little friend here. As you may notice, the top of his dagger sword thing is chipped. What happened there? Well, he decided that he was gonna fall from where I keep him, smack against my desktop, smack against the desk that I am sitting on, smack against the chair that my feet are on, and then land on the floor because I found him face down. And from all of that, the only damage that he really sustained was a chip to the tip of his sword, dagger, arm, knife, prison shank. That was the most damage he sustained. Now, that isn't to say that they're perfect. They do have their faults and issues. For example, let me move that little guy. When I got my Alphonse Elric pop-up parade, there we go. His tassel was loose. That thing. It was very loose, and it often just fell. But that was nothing that a little dot of super glue didn't fix. Should you have to super glue your figures back together? But it wasn't much effort, and you can hardly tell anything actually happened and anything was wrong. Like, you can't even tell. It's perfectly fine. And had I not mentioned that, you probably wouldn't have noticed. But if you did pre-order, because him and Ed had a rerun, if you did pre-order him during the rerun, just be wary that the tassel may be a little loose and you might have to super glue it. Honestly, I would just super glue it before it comes loose for good measure. That said, I'm a full-time college student. I'm actually graduating later this month. I'm so excited. Um, I'm a full-time college student, which means I move a lot. I move from campus to my parents' house and back and forth often. And I'm actually going to be moving to my parents' house and then moving to my parents' new house um towards the middle and end of this month. So, when it comes to transporting these guys, uh despite the fact I had to super glue his tassel back on, Al fits perfectly right back into his box, not a single problem. And I don't feel like pulling out the boxes, but I'll have like pictures. There we go. Here's some pictures of what they look like. They are clear plastic containers. That doesn't sound right. They are clear plastic packaging with, character name and pictures. The packaging isn't too glamorous. It's not too fancy. I would argue that the packaging for the Nendoroid and the Nendoroid dolls was notably better. It did have notably better packaging, but that's what you would expect when you pay twice the price for a figure. So I want to say my Alan Walker was nearly $60, and Ren and Len were like 70 each. So it's kind of what you would expect when you pay a little less for something. You're gonna get a little less quality. But I would say, yeah, the packaging was a little skimped out on, but the figures themselves are awesome. But despite all of that, I did have a little bit of issues with my Miku. Let me go, put my mic on its stand and, come up a little bit closer. All right, that's a little bit better. Now that we're all up and close and friendly. There we go. All right, so I was in the process of talking about the Hatsune Miku figure that I have, the Hatsune Miku pop-up parade, her normal outfit. She does have two. But in her normal outfit, I did have a little bit of issues with her little clear plastic part of her stand, like right here where I'm pointing at. It just popped off the bottom of her shoe, and I lost it for like an hour. I spent an hour tearing apart my room searching for it. So the figures, they are worth the $40 you're gonna pay for them. They are worth that amount. But you have to keep an open mind. I feel like that they are worth that amount because they're really pretty. They're really beautiful figures. But they're also favorite characters that you really like. Therefore that adds value to it. So I feel the price is worth it. And a little dollop of super glue, just the tiniest smidge ever, is all that it really needed to fix her stand and his tassel. When it comes to the little pointed part of Ed's dagger, knife, sword, prison shank, I didn't feel it necessary to actually fix that, and I never did find the chipped off part. I might find it when I'm moving out later this month. But that said, let's get a nice close up on each one of them. Oh, yep, there we go. Here we go. Thank you, lighting. That's better. There we go. They do come off the stand. Some people do have the problem with the fact that the feet connect into the stand and not the stand connecting into the feet. Some people do have an issue with that, but I don't think he'd be able to stand on his own either way. But some people do have an issue with that, so I should feel that's important to mention. It's not a problem that I have. I used to stand anyways. As you can tell, all of my others are on their respective stands. But if you did pre-order the rerun of the Edward Elric pop-up parade, this is what you're going to expect. It's really nice. I really like it. Just make sure he doesn't fall off your desk, because that happened to me. Though I will say, they may have fixed this with the rerun. I don't know. He is a little loose on the stand. Like, out of the three, he just pops off the stand really easily. The other two do not do that. But, like, ugh. Yeah, I don't really feel comfortable doing this because this is how the dagger sword thing broke. But it is pretty secure on the stand. It's just a little wobbly. Keep that in mind. Here is one of my problem too, but it's Alphonse, so he's worth it. You may notice that I have like 5 other pieces of Alphonse related merchandise behind me on my desk. It's Al, so he's worth it. Alright, so that's the basics. He's a really lovely, very heavy. Like, of the 3, obviously you would expect him to be the heaviest, but he's heavier than you would expect. I appreciate that. I like it. It's very solid, very thick, has very good amount of weight to it. You're not gonna be able to see it on camera video, is what I meant to say. You're not gonna be able to see it in video, but if you look inside the armor, yeah, you can't see it. Here's a picture of what I'm talking about. If you look inside the armor, you can actually see the blood seal. The attention to detail is great. I probably should have focused on Ed's automail a little bit better, but the attention to detail is awesome. Let's get the cross tattoo question mark. Is it a tattoo? I don't know. Would that be? Maybe. Very excellent attention to detail. There we go. Very beautiful. Like, I absolutely adore this one. Of my 3 pop-up parades, this is my favorite, but he's also my favorite character, so there is that bias. I feel that the detail is great. The weight is great. Same thing with Ed. The feet does plug into the feet go into the base, not the base going into the feet. Probably wouldn't be able to stand on his own anyways, but still. That's one thing that I feel I should note. I think that's just with all of the pop-up parade figures. The feet go into the base, not the base going into the feet. So it has to have the stand at all times. And then a nice close-up of our girl Miku. Come on, lighting. I really appreciate my face in the background being as dead serious as possible. I'm making sure I get all the angles right, so I'm staring at myself in the viewfinder. Anyways, so here would be the normal outfit Hatsune Miku pop-up parade. I'm actually really mad that a character from that one Miku game got a figure got excuse me got a pop-up parade before Ren and Lin did. That actually makes me kind of mad, but I digress. That's not why we're here. Absolutely adorable, very very high quality. The pigtails are a little, but that's to be expected. As long as she doesn't take a nosedive off my desk like Ed did, I feel that she'll be fine. But I feel like that's just the case with all figures. You don't want any of your figures taking a nosedive. Thanks, Ed. Um, dude, I swear that one in particular is cursed. Like, that one is cursed. Just mine in particular is cursed. I'm looking over it because that. That's where I have him sitting. Anyways, absolutely lovely. Very nice attention to detail. Very pretty. I really like how her shirt is metallic. I think that is a great detail. There is no detailing on the sleeves here, but still very pretty. The inside of the sleeves are a nice pretty blue. It looks blue, green. I'm not here for that argument. I say it's blue. I say Miku is blue. Anyways, very pretty. I absolutely adore this. The skirt is it's not metallic. Shiny. Shiny. That's the word I'm looking for. It's very pretty. The boots are very nicely done. The paintwork is great. Like, there's a lot of fine details, and the paintwork just looks awesome. But there we go. So all in all, are Pop-Up Parade figures any good? Yeah, definitely. I love them. This line is... There we go. This line is not only affordable, but they're not too big, they're not too small. They're a very appealing size. They make great shelf decoration. Obviously, I keep mine on my shelf. They are very budget friendly. They are space friendly. I feel like a lot of people who are on a smaller budget might also have a smaller space. Overall, the line is very good. I really enjoy the line, and the fact that one of my figures was able to fall off my desk and take multiple blows and still be fine, it speaks a lot about the line. You know, the fact that that happened, and the worst that it got was a chip on a oddly sharp point anyways. Like, when I say this figure might be cursed, I mean, like, my sister was joking around and poked it and accidentally stabbed herself. Because, like, before it chipped and got broken, it was, like, really sharp and, in my opinion, kind of dangerous. So, I guess it's a good thing it fell. Now I don't have to worry about somebody getting impaled. Weapon of choice. Oh, yeah, let's use this. Anyways, where was I going? Oh, right. Conclusions. I said it 1,000 times. They're really good. If you're considering it, go for it. You find a character that you like, go for it. If you're willing, go for it. But there are a number of online retailers that you can go to get them for not $50. Though with the slight price increase, maybe. And when you talk about, like, when I'm referring to the price increase, I'm referring to this. Which is funny, because after this was announced, the King Bradley figure I have pre-ordered was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be $35.99. And I'm like, okay. I'm not gonna complain that one that I want's cheaper, but okay. Before I keep rambling, I'm just gonna let you guys go. Have a nice day. Take care. I will be doing some doodling and coloring streams on Twitch, so you can follow me there at Shasta the Robot. I'm also on Twitter under the same name, Shasta the Robot. They will be linked in the description, and I'll catch you guys later. You have fun.